Hi guys, welcome back to MUSC Red Devils NCR, and this is the latest installment of FPL Brew. My name is Parth, and I'm joined by Amit Bhai. And how are you, Amit Bhai? Excited for the season?
Yes, excited. Season is live yesterday with all the price reveals in the previous weekend and everything. So all excited for this madness.
चलो चलो गुड 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 बहुत ज्यादा खुशी हुई नया ड्राफ्ट देख के नया पूरा नया वो हो गया एकदम सिस्टम ही
Design
पूरा
change.
न्यू हो गया
Yes, yes,
है एंड पूरा इंटरफेस नया हो गया है सब कुछ नया है बस
yes.
एक चीज अच्छी नहीं लगी वो है कि प्लेयर्स के राइजिंग प्राइसेस वो बहुत ज्यादा महंगे हो गए हैं प्लेयर्स
कुछ
एंड
प्लेयर तो
इट्स
बहुत
रियली
ज्यादा
टफ
excited.
टू हाँ बिल्कुल एंड इट्स रियली टफ टू गेट अ लॉट ऑफ देम इन योर टीम राइट नाउ
Yes. You need
तो
to
सॉन
have
हो गया साला हो
differentials in your team now to make sure
गया यस यस
100
फॉर
million
श्योर
budget is met.
फॉर श्योर तो जो बजट डिफरेंशियल्स हैं स्पेसिफिकली वो तो अब बहुत ही ज्यादा प्ले में आने वाले हैं और आज हम इसके बारे में ही बात करेंगे इनफैक्ट इस बार हम काफी रेगुलर होंगे एंड
Yeah.
सीजन काफी ज्यादा जैम पैक्ड है काफी टाइट है अगर शेड्यूल देखा हो तो एंड रूल्स भी चेंज हुए हैं इस बार 3 वाइल्ड कार्ड्स अवेलेबल हैं इफेक्टिवली एंड उन सब चीजों के बारे में धीरे धीरे बात करेंगे तो अभी फिलहाल स्टार्ट करते हैं मैं अपना स्क्रीन शेयर कर देता हूँ एंड आज की वीडियो में बात करने वाले हैं अपन टॉपिक्स के बारे में
Yes.
जस्ट अ सेकंड यस सो हियर वी आर हमने बिल्कुल ही खाली कर दिया टीम अपनी ताकि हम लोग साथ साथ भर पाए चलो अमित भाई स्टार्ट करो बताओ गोलकीपर का क्या किया जाए
गोलकीपर्स अभी देखो ईटरसन और एलिसन के अलावा और लॉरेंस ये तीन 5.5 के हैं बाकी सब जो मीडियम डिफेंडर है जैसे रामसडेल हो गया डेविड
हाँ
डेया
जी
हो गया आपका मेंडी इवन मेंडी इज एट 5 एंड मेंडी एट 5 becomes a huge shout become amongst the Premier League goalkeepers but if we
डेफिनेटली
if we want to make our back four or even say back five and midfield with premium players, then I guess we should go for a 4.5 million goalkeeper because it will help us to give that point 0.5, point 0.1 of cushion of us to get to these players and but it all depends upon how you want to make your team. So for me, that 4.5 goalkeeper at 4.5 price would be apt so that I can fill up the other positions with my favorite players. What do you have to say, Parth?
यस डेफिनेटली आई एग्री विद दैट अभी जैसे जैसे आगे बढ़ते जाएंगे पहले तो डिफेंडर्स उसके बाद मिडफील्डर उसके बाद फॉरवर्ड सभी में महंगाई बहुत बढ़ गई है
Yes,
एंड ऑप्शंस बहुत ज्यादा हो गए हैं सो इट्स गोइंग टू बी अ कंपेटिटिव सीजन फॉर श्योर एंड ऑब्वियसली डिफरेंशियल्स की तरफ देखना पड़ेगा अपने को एंड आई थिंक दैट 4.5 मिलियन एक ऐसा प्राइस पॉइंट है गोलकीपर्स की अगर बात करें तो इट्स लाइक यू नो इंटरेस्टिंग पिक्स हैं इस बार
yes,
सैंचेज और राया पिछले सीजन के हैं ही एंड दिस सीजन डीन हेंडरसन वन ऑफ आवर ओन हैज
yes,
गॉन ओवर टू नॉटिंघम
yes,
फॉरेस्ट वो भी काफी इंटरेस्टिंग होने वाला है तो आई पर्सनली थिंक कि आई वुड स्टिल प्रेफर गोइंग विद राया बिकॉज
I
एट द
agree.
4.5 मिलियन प्राइस पॉइंट बिकॉज उसका पहला फिक्चर तो खराब है बट उसके बाद आई थिंक ही हैज नाइस फिक्चर्स
And
सो
also
व्हाट डू यू से
Brentford has done well as compared to the end at the end of the season, and
यस
also
यस
and also the Brentford didn't do well because Raya was injured in between the season. And when he came back strongly, and it was very good for Brentford. I'm hoping the same thing for
Yes,
the Brentford side.
one of the key players और उसके पास because he's one of the key players तो उसके पास वो bonus points
Yes,
potential भी आ जाता है तो क्या बोलते हो पहला पिक फिर अपना राया किया जाए
yes, yes.
चलो राया को ले आते हैं टीम में एंड ये जो नया इंटरफेस है ये थोड़ा लैग भी कर रहा है इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग
I guess there are some issues, and I have read on Twitter also many managers are complaining to their official page that there are some issues, there are some lags. I guess it will improve as we go beyond the season and the first game week starts.
Right, definitely. But what about the second pick? Second pick, should we also go with 4.5 or should we look at 4 million?
I guess now it all depends upon whether we want to have our bench strong or we are just trusting our 11 and no one will get injured. Now that's the main thing. Now how we need to go about it. And if we take 4.5 million goalkeeper, we can still get someone at potential, at the say good potential, like Dean Henderson is there, Sanchez is there. So all these things can be, I guess, taken care of. So if we can go for Sanchez of Brighton or Dean Henderson of Nottingham Forest, I guess that would be great. Or what are your thoughts?
I think I believe that देखो इस बार सीजन में 3 वाइल्ड कार्ड्स हैं राइट. तो
Yes.
अगर आप कोई ऐसा गोलकीपर चूज करते हो जो कि वर्ल्ड कप के शुरू होने से पहले तक अच्छे फिक्सचर्स रखता है अपने पास में और होपफुली इंजर्ड नहीं होता है, तो आई डोंट थिंक देयर इज अ नीड टू गो फॉर 4.5 और इवन हायर. You can just rely on the 4.5 million Raya or Sanchez, whichever one you pick, and then you can have like 4 million just to allow you that 0.5 का flexibility कि मतलब उसको डिफेंस में डाल सकते हैं या फिर मिडफील्ड में डाल सकते हैं. So what would you say in this regard, since there are 3 wild cards this time around?
Yes, yes. So I forgot about the third wild card, and also the
Hmm.
first wild card will be you need to take it in between the first 12 games, I guess. Only in the first 12 games you have to take, and I guess every manager can use it in mostly fourth or fifth game week. They can use because they will get to know exactly how their teams are playing and
Yes.
what will be their strategy going forward in the next 7-8 game weeks before the World Cup. So I guess I can take your point, and we can go ahead with that.
All right. So for now, just for
Yeah.
fun, let's try a 4 million pick over here. Let me just select. So whichever one, it doesn't make much difference. Let's go with Carl Darlow of Newcastle, and
Yes.
let's now move on to the defense. So what do you think about the defense? You know what I mean, like there are so many premium options this time around that I think that defense offers much more value than midfield or attack for that matter. What are your thoughts on this?
I agree. And in the last season, when with the season started, everyone was going only for three defenders. But when Cancelo, Arnold, James, Kilwell, everyone was scoring goals for fun, and everyone
Yeah.
moved their formation changes from 3-5-2 to it was like 5-4-1, or it was 4-4-2 or 4-5-1.
Right.
So, and
Right.
according to me, there should be four defenders who are playing and who can give you maximum number of points, because if they score a goal, they can get the maximum points, and if they score a goal, their bonus point is confirmed. So, for me, if I go for that, Arnold is it will definitely go in my team because he's the highest scoring defender in last couple of season, I guess. Then there can
Right.
be Cancelo and there can be Kilwell or James. Out of two, there can be one. So these three for me will be definitely there will be in my team. What do you have to say?
I agree with you. I agree with you to a large extent here, and specifically to your point regarding the formation. I agree with that as well. That top 6 teams, if you look at, there is now Spurs and Chelsea who have managers who rely on wing backs a lot, and we already know that Klopp and Pep are managers who don't rely on formations that have a lot of wing back involvement, but they still rely on their wingbacks a lot. So that's 4 out of the top 6 clubs that have a lot to say about their wingbacks, and their wingbacks are really attractive. So definitely Trent is going to be up there, Cancelo is going to be up there. And one interesting stat that I saw on Twitter just earlier today, was that when Chilwell is fit, he is the highest aggregate scoring player in FPL when you look at defense and midfield combined together. Points per game, I'm talking about.
Oh, that's great.
So
And
I
also,
think he,
I think, sorry to interrupt, I think Kilwell has a point to prove also because he was injured for the most of the season last year. And with the World
definitely.
Cup coming, he wants to remain fit and also be in form because he wants to be on that plane to Qatar for Southgate. So yes, I
Yeah,
guess
he wants to be on that plane to Qatar, and he also wants to be the starting defender ahead of our very own Mr. Burger King Luke Shaw. So
yeah. So
he has
and
a point to prove,
also
definitely.
yes, and I guess and also most of the managers will be going for James because last year we all have seen what James was doing and Kilwell was injured, and but
Yes,
Kilwell can be a differential as compared to James.
definitely. So what will be your top three if you were to pick right now?
Kilwell, Cancelo, Arnold.
All right. I agree with that. So let's just select these three
Yeah.
right off the bat, and we are going to be selecting Trent Alexander-Arnold over here. We are also going to be selecting Cancelo over here, and we are also going to be selecting Ben Chilwell right over here. So, how about we select two budget defenders just to give us that flexibility in midfield and forward lines?
Yeah, I guess White of Arsenal is again at
Arsenal.
2.5, and
Yes,
Arsenal defense was improved last season, not at the end of the season, but overall for the most of the season.
definitely.
He can be a differential pick again, and if we go about, because now Mackie Cash of Aston Villa is also at 5.5, then there is Perisic,
Yes.
who is also at 5.5, and he will also be what I've seen top five player picks as of now on Twitter. So Perisic there on the fourth number at the list on top five players who have been selected by the FPL managers as of now. So he will be
That's
definitely
right.
be mostly in most of the teams, because he at 5.5 he can bring lot of quality to the contest side, and he will be playing as
So,
left wing back for sure.
okay, all right. Yeah, that is what I wanted to ask you. Is it certain that he will be playing as a wing back, or can we also see him in the attacking third of Tottenham Hotspur?
It can be both, but it will be beneficial because as a defender, if he scores a goal in FPL, he will get one more point than what he will get as a
Definitely.
midfielder. So that
Yes,
can
yes.
be a double break for the FPL managers.
I agree. I agree. Perisic is a very interesting pick, and there is a reason why he is number fourth on the most selected players list as of now. So we are going to be selecting Ben Chilwell. Ivan Perisic. And for the fifth pick, you said Ben White. So I just wanted to ask you over there that Ben White is 4.5, but Tomiyasu of the same team, Arsenal, is also 4.5, and he's a right back. So which one of the two makes more sense?
Right back for sure, but as he was injured last season, so I also had his name, but I was little skeptical whether he will be fit. But if he is fit, he will be definitely be the right back for Arteta, and and and
Or
and he will be giving the assist also, because White is only a centre back, and but Tomiyasu is a full back, and every time I would suggest we should go for a full back rather than a centre back in our teams.
as of now, since Tomiyasu is fit, should
Yes,
we be
yes,
selecting him over Ben White?
yes, I agree.
All right. So we will select Tomiyasu over here. There it is. And now, of course, our favorite part, midfield, where I don't think there is much debate needed in selecting Mohamed Salah. I
Oh,
think he will be nailed in everyone's team.
now there is also most of the managers will also think about Son. He
Yeah.
Because he will be 1 million less. He is at 12 million. Salah is
Yes.
at
Yes.
13, and even KDB
Uh,
is at 12.
yes.
So,
Yes.
but my personal choice, I would go for Salah, because he has proved in last 5 seasons that he is the champion of FPL. Though he is priced
Definitely.
at 13 or 12, he will definitely give you points.
Definitely. So Mohamed Salah, to right off the bat, we are going to be selecting him.
Yes.
And what else then? Can we look at both Salah and Son in some teams? But then you would also have to like pick 4 or 5 budget options just to accommodate both of them.
Yeah, because 25 million on two players, and then your
Right.
forward line will also be little weaker. What I suggest, because you will definitely be going for 6 or 5 million forward players, and which I don't make sense, but that can also be a differential thing, because if Son and Salah produces the same kind of form they were in last season, they can
Yes.
bring in a lot of points.
That's right. So, since we have gone heavy on the defensive lines, should you suggest that we should not be looking at Son and rather be
Oh yeah,
selecting someone like Kulusevski or Luis Diaz, perhaps?
yes. So Kulusevski price has increased. I guess 1.5 million it was increased from last season, and he
That's right.
joined in January only.
That's
So
right.
so he will be, I guess, if anyone is selecting Kuluveski, definitely people will go for Diaz, because Diaz will be, I guess, if then now Mane is gone, he can be the
Yes,
main player for Liverpool on the left hand side, because
definitely he can be.
Jota has been moved as a forward, and also with Nunes coming, I guess Jota will be a more of a bench player now.
All right, interesting point. So what should you suggest as a second pick in midfield then?
I am still confused between Saka and Diaz, because
Saka and Diaz.
yeah, Saka is also at 8 and Diaz is also
Yes,
at 8, and Saka will definitely start all the games for Arsenal.
that's right.
Diaz might get benched between Nunes and Jota. So,
That's right.
my guess, Saka. Oh, what do you say?
Saka is there. What would you have to say about somebody like Coutinho or Madison or Barnes probably?
Coutinho, Barnes, Madison. Barnes is at 7. Madison is also at 8. Coutinho is also at 7. Coutinho and
Yes,
Barnes, I guess they will only work when their team does well. And I
that's right.
still, and again, Aston Villa is going through that changes when Gerrard is coming. It's his first window he's getting, and with first pre-season, I guess he will. I will still be waiting for Aston Villa fixtures, how they perform well in the couple of games or between weekend, and in the next wild card, I can bring those players
All right.
for Aston Villa, because Ramsey at 5.5, Jacob Ramsey can also be a good differential pick according to me. Again, this season.
Very good differential pick because he was really great last season. I held him throughout that later half of the season, and he gave good returns also.
Yeah, same here.
So we should be selecting Saka then for now. Saka is a
Yeah,
good pick since he will be
yes,
starting most of the games.
yes,
And I think the other three midfield options you would have to go with differentials again, budget differentials that is, because you also have to accommodate Haaland in your forward line.
yeah. And I guess I can see Neto there. I would definitely go for Neto, because a fully fit Neto is a great player.
Neto's option, Neto's price point is also very attractive because, last season, if you saw, there were a lot of players, like Neto and Gallagher and, Madison and Barnes and all these players, even Saka, these all players were like around the 6 million or 5.5
Yes,
million price point.
yeah,
But most of these, including Jared Bowen and the likes of Antonio and all of them have been now shifted to a rather expensive price point
yes, yes,
around 7 million, 8 million. These are like that. But Neto is somebody who is going to start a lot of games, and we all know he's a very good FPL asset. So 5.5 is I think he's nailed on from my
yes,
side.
yes.
Acha, one more player at 5.5 which is very interesting is Gordon of Everton,
Oh
and I
yes,
think with Richarlison that is gone right now, he can now move up to his favored left wing position.
yes,
So I
and
think
also he, for Lampard, he was really good. And with full preseason coming for these players under Lampard, I guess he can be a great asset to Lampard's team.
right. So we should be selecting Gordon for now then. Anthony Gordon is there. And the last player that I selected personally was Andreas Pereira, our very own boy, Brazilian Samba, who has just moved to Fulham as confirmed by top tier journalists. And he will be a good signing for them, I think. I mean, for a mid table team, I always thought that he would do well for a mid table team. Probably a good FPL asset considering he's only 4.5 million. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, he can play as a center attacking midfield for Fulham team.
Definitely.
And
So, what would you be suggesting here?
I guess it's a great choice because Mitrovic can benefit from this.
Mitrovic, yeah, of course. Mitrovic, another great pick in the attacking line. But again, 6.5, he is a little on the expensive side.
And also, if we are planning to go for a 4-4-2 formation or a 5-4-1 formation, then Andreas can come at the bench also.
Yeah, definitely you would be looking at Andrea, somebody, and you know what, anybody who is at 4.5, you should be looking at them as a bench option only. And I think Andreas provides that very nicely. But there are also other options, like Nottingham Forest got promoted, so there's Jack Colback from there, and there is Murphy from
Yes.
Newcastle,
Yes.
who are other options at 4.5. So would you say Andreas is better than them, or should we be looking at others?
Nottingham Forest again, they will be playing Premier League after a long, long time, and they need to adapt to the league again. And I will again wait for them for 2-3 game weeks. And when if I'm using my wild card in game week 4 or 5 or 6, then even if they are playing good, I can bring. And also Nottingham Forest, I guess their first couple of matches are tough, and then they have a regional fixtures, and then we can
Right.
get to know whether we have to pick their players or not.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So okay then. So for now, let's just pick Andreas Pereira and let's move on to the forward line with 24.5 million left. And I think that Erling Haaland is a must over here. What do you say?
Yes, Haaland or Kane, they both are 11.5, but again, Kane can drop back for Son,
Yeah.
and but Haaland will definitely be there at the top. So he's the number 9, what Pep has been wanting after Aguero. So he'll definitely start,
Yes,
and
definitely.
also City has favorable fixtures.
Favorable, very favorable fixtures, I must say, and he can continue what Aguero started for City. He
Yeah,
can carry
and
Aguero's leg.
it's not good news for United.
It's not good news for the entire league, Amit bhai. I don't think it's good news for anyone because City were scoring so many goals even without a proper center forward. They had Jesus and they did not play him even. But now with Haaland, they have somebody who they will completely leave out in the 6 yard box and they will be like, you just stay here. We will make the play.
True,
We will give the ball to you, and all you have to do is just tap it in.
true.
So I think Haaland is very good at that. Very physical player. So I think
Yeah,
he is a must over here. Let's select him. And what about the next two players? 13 million are left, so around 6.5 each.
uh, or if we can have someone at 9 or
Someone
8.5.
at 9, at someone at 4.5. So 4.5, there is Sam Greenwood, and there are some other options who are good bench options, I think. So what do you have to say about that?
Yes, and also Leeds United, Gelhardt is there. He was at also 4.5, and
Yes.
he scored at the end of few games for Leeds, so he can be also on the bench for 4.5. So remaining will be 8.5 max, right? If we select
8.5.
them.
That's right. That's right.
So first we can select 4.5 million forward, and then we can go for
That
the.
is Sam Greenwood or Jacob Gelhardt. I think any
Yeah,
of the two
that is
will do.
fine. That is fine. And now we have left with 8.5. Now we need to
Yes.
find the choices.
So one thing that I selected in my draft pick was Gabriel Jesus because I think that Arsenal will be able to use him better
Yeah.
than City did because
Yes.
Arsenal have that sort of a team, very young, very energetic, and very fast
And
runners, fast counter
also
attacking.
he will be the proper number 9 from them.
Yes, proper number 9 for them because Martinelli will be on one side, Saka will be on the other side. Then they are
Oh,
also signing other players, also wingers, so attacking minded players. So I think Jesus will be a very interesting pick over here. What do you think? Should we be selecting him?
yeah, I guess Jesus, and then we can go for Dean Henderson at 4.5 or Sanchez at 4.5 for our goalkeeper.
Dean Henderson at 4 point. Yeah, definitely. Then two 4.5 options we will have,
Yes.
and both can be rotated also. So let's do that quickly over here. And now there is Henderson. So Raya and Henderson or Sanchez and Henderson?
I guess Ryan Henderson better. Dean Nottingham Forest has first or second game tough, and then they have favorable fixtures, so we can rotate Henderson with Raya, and also when Dean
That's
Henderson will
right.
making saves for them, and he will be getting the extra points.
Yes, bonus points. That's right. So I think this looks like a very good draft for now. Anything you would add to this?
No, I guess as of now with the teams looking like this, it's looking a great team, great 100-pointer team. It all depends how the preseason goes and how many more signings are done by the teams. But as of
Right, right.
now, with the current teams, this team looks great because we have Haaland, we have Salah again, we have 5 defenders. If we can go for 4-4-2 or 5-4-1 formation, or if we can go for 4-4-2 formation, I guess it's a great team.
I agree. I agree. Moreover, this season is going to be very interesting. So I'll just stop the screen sharing for now, and let's just move on to the closing remarks for now. There it is. All right. So good session overall. First session was great, and it was a good draft. And we will be bringing lots of new videos this year. I mean, we had something in mind. We would be bringing in videos regarding the promoted teams in specific, and also about specific videos about defenders, about midfielders, about forwards, what you should be doing, what you should not be doing, which are the sources that you can use to strengthen your team, tools that you can use, online tools. So all those things we will be bringing to you. And इस बार एबी भाई बहुत क्लोज हैं फिक्चर्स,
Very.
अगर शेड्यूल देखा हो तो, एंड काफी सारे डबल गेम वीक्स भी देखने को मिलेंगे जैसे कि लास्ट सीजन में मिले थे. सो मजा आएगा, डेफिनेटली मजा आएगा, और जल्द मिलते हैं वापस, फिर वीकेंड पे बनाएंगे नया वीडियो.
Yes, maybe for thank you. Bye bye, guys.
बाय बाय गाइस.